wherever you want us,
including on your phone.
Just download the WBAP app
or the TuneIn app.
News Talk 820 WBAP.
747 at WBAP. Byron Henry joins us right now. We lean on all things legal, and we wanted to dive into this story out of Alabama in this abortion bill that is now ready for the governor. How it's different than what you would see in New York. Let's just put it that way, Byron. The root of this bill, what is Alabama trying to accomplish here?
Good morning, Hal and Brian. Well, most of the legislators in both houses that discussed it just talked about making the statement that the unborn child in the womb is a person and giving them protection like unborn children in the womb face in a lot of other situations, protection against abortion, just like a lot of other laws that protect them in the womb, both from mother and from others.
So what makes this one more restrictive than what we've seen in other states?
Well, this is basically a almost ban on abortion, except in cases of health of the mother, which means that the child could do physical harm. Giving birth to the child could do physical harm and place the mother's health or life at risk. So it's basically, other than that, there are no other exceptions. So probably the most restrictive that at least I'm aware of recently passed abortion law in the country. The government hasn't signed it yet, though she has signed other pro-life measures, and the support in Alabama for this measure hovers around 60% of registered voters.
So rape and incest aren't in this one?
No, it's for the mother. And so there aren't other exceptions, and basically it's from the unborn child's perspective, not the causation for how the unborn child came into being, and giving the unborn child protection as a person.
Is there somebody in Alabama then trying to reverse Roe versus Wade?
Certainly, there's a lot of states taking shots. Most of the bills have been restrictions on burdens or different. Are making less. There's heartbeat bills, as you're aware. There's 20-week viability bills. There's a variety of other bills, ultrasound bills, where you have to have an ultrasound 24 hours before you have the abortion. Those are more common, and a lot of those have been upheld by the Supreme Court. But yes, it seems that this is a direct challenge to what started in Roe v. Wade, and much more recently in 1992, there was a case that basically upheld Roe versus Wade and changed it a little bit, but the Supreme Court basically change in personnel has given some states a little bit more courage to challenge Roe versus Wade and other cases directly.
So if I was on the Supreme Court, listen to that, I would expect all of this to come back to the court eventually and challenge Roe v. Wade again, which I would think the Supreme Court would say, we've got the law in place, that's what we're going to stick with.
Well, that may be the case, but just on Monday, the Supreme Court reversed a 40-year-old precedent, which had, of course, nothing to do with social issues or abortion. It had to do with a very, very mundane sovereign immunity issue, but it was a 5-4 decision with what most people would consider 5 conservatives versus the 4 what people would call more liberal justices, reversing a 40-year-old precedent. And in that opinion, one of the dissenting justices said basically what opinions are next for overruling, basically giving a signal out that this court may be more willing to look at past precedents with which they disagree.
Byron Henry with us right now. We turn to him for all things legal as we talk about this abortion law in Alabama. Byron, I'm a little confused as to why some laws are still in the books if abortion is legal. I want to get into that after we check traffic, and here is Monty Cook.
They got a new problem now on the Bush Turnpike westbound at Plano Road. At least one lane's taken away. Also on the tollway sign at lane away there. Northbound tollway there's a crash. Also problem on 114 eastbound at Whitechapel in the left lane. Another one on 114 eastbound on the north side of DFW Airport at 121. WBAP First Traffic on the Ones. I'm Monty Cook.
From the WBAP Weather Center, mostly sunny and 86 today, 65 tonight, light winds, and 87 tomorrow. Windy, warm, and more humid on Friday with a high of 87. Expect at least one round of storms here Saturday, possibly two, and then a few more rounds of storms through early next week. Right now at WBAP, 69 degrees.
Byron Henry joins us right now, our legal expert. And Byron, this is what's always confused me. If abortion is legal right now, why in some cases when a pregnant woman is murdered or there is a car crash that you were responsible for, you can be charged twice for murder, can you not?
That's correct.
So why is that on the books if abortion is legal? You know what I'm saying? They kind of treat that unborn differently.
That's part of the rationale for Alabama's law and some of those legislators that support it. Texas has similar laws. There is a one different than all other situations rule for abortion, and that is the mother's decision to end the unborn child's life before it's born. That's the one exception. For most all other purposes, most that I can think of, the unborn child is considered a person for purposes of abuse in the womb, drug use in the womb. If a drunk driver hits somebody that's pregnant, you can get charged twice. So it's just a anomaly exception under constitutional law, based starting with Roe versus Wade, that a mother's choice to end the pregnancy is different.
It makes no sense, Byron. I mean, it's if it's murder every other time, why is it not murder if the mother decides I don't want it?
Well, that is the heated debate that's been going on since 1973.
Well, it's a choice decision. This is not a life and death decision. This is a choice decision for the woman.
It's life and death for the baby.
Yeah, but that's another side of it. This particular side is, does the woman get to choose whether she wants it or not?
Right.
That's what's at stake.
Well, does the murderer get to choose?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Why the rules don't apply evenly?
No, they don't.
This is a bigger debate than you wanted on, Byron. You weren't planning on this today, were you?
And the courts have been having that debate, and unfortunately, we would have had the debate in the legislatures across the states had the court not taken it out of the democratic process in 1973. But for good or ill, that's the way it stands today. But it does look like there's 3 or 4 cases going through the courts about abortion, which is going to challenge the Supreme Court to re-examine, if nothing else, those precedents from 45 years ago.
What is that, Alabama, Florida? Is there another one? Is there another state looking at doing this as well?
Well, no, there's heartbeat bills, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Heartbeats are detectable very early, so it's not a ban on abortion, but heartbeats are basically, some of them, 6 to 8 weeks. So that's about as far back, other than Alabama, that most of the laws go.
Okay. All right. Byron Henry, thank you for the insight.